Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I have a quick video here, and actually it's going to be quick this time. Quicker than normal, I'll say that. So I had to really hit these points for the first day for June 10th. And June 10th basically hit a couple big things. And as far as symbolically, now, if this is the real time frame, I don't know yet. We'll know more on the fourth and fifth days that are coming up. That'll be this coming Sunday night going into Monday overnight, roughly around midnight, something like that, Las Vegas time, something like that. So we'll see how that goes. But I wanted to talk about these confirmations of this first day. Now, I've had so many confirmations in the last couple of years, and over time it's grown as far as how many of the 14-day birthing process have been confirmed by many events, over 100. And as I've gotten closer, like last February was the first time I had all attack days from the first day to the last day. I mean, all days basically confirming these numbers. And then it happened again in March. And then it happened for the most part. I think I might have, there might be one day I didn't quite, probably something out there, but I couldn't find it for April as well. I'm sorry, May. So yeah, huge. As we're getting closer, these are hitting these days. That's why this 14-day birthing process is so important, and it's confirmed so many ways. So, and I'm going to give you an example of that on the first day. If you don't know about this, then I'm going to show you an example of that. So again, we don't know if this is kicking off 100% if this is the actual 14 days or not yet until the 4th and the 5th. Because the first day I've always thought might be more symbolic. I don't know if there's actually going to be an attack or actual different things I'm going to talk about, or it could happen and we're just not in the time frame yet. So just keep that in mind, okay? And again, I want to urge you, if you want to get notifications, again, YouTube is not putting notifications out like they should and things. If you're on, if you're a subscriber on YouTube on my channel here, if you're not, please subscribe. Then if you want to get notifications, sign up for Telegram. Right now I have almost 350 subscribers, not a lot, but they're getting notifications before anybody else does on my videos, on even other things that I'm doing and I'm showing. Sometimes I work up some numbers and things and put it out, and they're getting it, and you're not, unless you sign up. So, and other things as well. And I'll, talk about that. I've talked about that a little bit. So there's even an option to get on chat and things. So just sign up if you can. And again, if you're in another country besides the United States, where I'm at, and then this is perfect for getting notification on your phone. So it's through your phone, you get notified on different things I'm sending out. So you don't have to rely on YouTube for my videos, because they really mess me up on that. They'll turn off notifications, turn and just do all kinds of stuff they do to me. I could list a whole long list of what they do to me on my channel, including deleting comments from certain people and all kinds of stuff. I mean, just shenanigans after shenanigans, and always new things all the time that they do. And it's really annoying. They just mess with me all the time. I've proven it many times. But so anyway, let's keep going here. So on the first day, we nailed it. It literally nailed. In fact, it was June 9th and 10th. It would end up being a 2-day process. Why the 9th? Because June 9th is 69. If you watch my last video, which my last video will be the top of the links, it'll be at the top of all the links in the description box below this. And there's a little arrow below this video. You click on that and it opens up the description box if you don't know that. Typically, that's how it's set up for most people. Then you can look at all the different links. I'm going to have the links again for all the things that have to do similarly with this time frame, even though a lot of them are for May, but we're talking about the 5th month, and June ends up being the 5th month, and I'll explain that in that last video. So if you haven't seen that before, watch that last video for sure. If not, all these other ones. So I have like 8 other videos that really share a lot more details that I'm not going to go over, especially not in this video. So we nailed it for, so again, why is 69? So June 9th is 69. That's the day of the portal. That 6 plus 9 is also 15, and 15 is 5 plus 5 plus 5. So we're looking at the code of 555. 555 means several things, but mainly it's the time frame, or the 14 days that covers a few days that are all 555. So the day will be a 5, the month will be a 5, and then the year is 5, because we're in the year 2021, which is 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. And then we're in the 5th month, because I know it sounds like it shouldn't be with June, but it's how many months are spent and then how many days into June. And again, I explained that in that last video, which is the top of the description box, if you haven't seen that yet. So that's, I'm not going to explain all that right now. So we basically had, so 9th and 10th, they really promoted this Delta variant. Okay, it's really crazy. And there's so much to this. I'm gonna get into some of it, and they're really pushing this, and I'm gonna share with you why. I'm not sure everything, but as you know down here, look at this update here. Below this, it says 122. Backwards is 221 or 2021. They're even confirming the day, and there's other things in that they're confirming. But they're confirming the year that this is coming out. So there's so many things they do on this stuff. And then, like I said, this is an actual screenshot of my video from April, and so this is a couple months ago. I predicted that there would be some kind of, and the exact word variant, okay, to the CV 19. So basically, there would be a variant, and I talked about the numbers, and there were so many numbers, and I just showed you a couple things, and also if you look at the full phrase right here, it's right here, and then, but I didn't know what kind of variant it was going to be called, but then just this in general is the first day. It's also upside down and backwards. It's what? Oh, before I do that, upside down and backwards, guess what? It's 6. Imagine this being upside down and backwards. I should have thrown something right there. I forgot to. It's 6, 1, 5. Because 5 upside down and backwards is still 5, even though it doesn't look exactly like a 5, but that's the way they designed this. So 519 is 615. So that's June 10th, take it with a 0, 2021, upside down and backwards. And there's many other reasons why. These first and last letter code right here I was talking about, the 322 code, the 42, all kinds of stuff I was talking about before on those videos, which you can go back and look at. This was on part, what was this? Oh no, this was on the zombie, at the end of the zombie video, and I just had a part 1. I was thought about doing a part 2, but I'm not going to, it looks like. So, and then I also, at the end of the zombie video, which is in the links in the description box, I also talked about the water supply, and that's nailed again. I'm talking about water supply on the first day. Again, this stuff's symbolic, and it also has to do with, I said, as far as Las Vegas as well, and this day, okay? So again, here it is right there. So if you take 561 on water supply, upside down and backwards, or 195, or if you just look at it this way, that was actually that first day I thought it might be, which is May 19th. But if you look at it this way, 1st of June, or 10, take away the 0, 10th of June, 2021. And 2021 is 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. Okay, and then there's other things about the water supply with the first and last letter code I've talked about. Many things. There's just so much in here. Okay, there's 925, which is upside down and backwards. 526. 6, and then that's the tsunami day, and that's also 529 backward, which is the tsunami day in May. Though there's so much in here, I'm not going to explain everything, but I'm just sharing with you. I basically predicted these two situations of talking about the water supply somehow in Las Vegas on this first day. Las Vegas has something to do with it, and then also this particular new variant. So bring that out here, and then of course this is basically again 10. And take away the 0 of June 2021. That's what it is. And that's when it was announced. Okay. And then also, like I said, so it was all okay. It was also confirmed that the Hoover Dam is at an all-time low on this exact day. Look down there, June 10th. Now I'm gonna show you some stuff in this actual headline there, and some things in even the person who supposedly wrote the article and everything. A lot of these things are made up and things. It's crazy, but I'm going to show you on each thing on this what's all planned and the numbers in here, okay? So here we go. The Hoover Dam reservoir is at an all-time low, is 5187, okay? Oh, you know what? I forgot to do this. I was going to do this, but I'll just do it here. So 5187. 8 plus 7 is 15. 1 plus 5 and the 15 is 6. So we have, imagine this is 6, 1, 5. June 10th, take away the 0, 2021. Hopefully that makes sense. So again, 87 is, or 8 plus 7 is 15, and then take 15, 1 plus 5 is 6. This is how they do this. And I'm just showing you, I could show you a lot more numbers, but I'm showing you how they do things in different ways on this. There's other numbers that are a little bit more clear probably, but this is just showing you how they do things. So I choose to do it that way in different ways. So this ends up being 6, 1, 5 backwards. Crazy, very crazy. And then we have much of the western U.S. faces. Again, this is, I'm showing you as well. I've shared a little bit of this, how in phrasing in each. So this is phrasing. This is the subject. Much of the much of the western U.S. faces is they're facing something, right? That's kind of what's going on. And then the subject is drought, extreme heat, and fire risk. So that's how they do this. So if you can see here, 2 plus 4 is 6, and then you have the 1. So it's either the 1st or the 10th, take away the 0 of June, or it's June 1st backwards, okay? And again, June 10th is June 1st because you take away the 0. They don't count zeros. So the rest of this, if you do the whole thing, it's much of the western U.S. faces is the first phrase, and then drought, extreme heat, and fire risk. And again, here we have, you just move the 6 over, it's kind of mixed up in a way. You can say 1st of June, or if you just move the 6 over, they do this all the time. They just make two things backwards. So if the 6 is over here and the 1's over here, it's 6/10 or June 10th. And again, that's when they announced it down here, June 10th, below this thing here. Okay, I could grab my mouse, but I'm just going to use this little pointer because I don't think I need to use it too much, hopefully. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And then here, even the author here, here's the author right here, and Justine Kalma, okay? And not only is this 115, because 9 plus 6 is 15, and it's 115 or 511 code, it's also, you get rid of the 9, because anything you add 9 to stays the same. You have the 1st of June, or 10 of June, because you take away the 0 and the 10. Or, the 10 ends up reducing to 0, or to 1, because you take away the 0. Okay, so that's right here. Boom. I mean, there's just different ways you can look at it. Plus, again, a lot of these things show the tsunami days as well. And then even here, Justine. See this? Justine is upside down and backwards. So if you take 91, upside down and backwards is 16. Again, that's 1 6. And so they do this. They do the whole phrase, and then they do separate words as well a lot of times. So upside down and backwards, that is 1 6, or again, the 1st of June, or 10 of June. And then right here, look at this. We even have backwards, in a sense, 5, and then say, read it exactly backwards, but it's 5 and then 10, or 5 months into the year and 10 days, like I shared in the last video, and how that explains. It's called the count. So it's 5 months into the year, and 10 days into June is 5/10, which is also 6/10, because it's June. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Again, I shared that last video. That's on the top of the description box. Okay, and then even they do the separate words, and then the words together, and then even add another word, by. So here's by, and then look, again, here we go. 1st of June, or 10th of June, 2021. Again, 2021 is 2 plus 2 plus 1. So this, and there's so many examples I can show you of this in Gematria, but I'm just not going to. Some that are even more clear. I'm just showing you, I want to make a point of showing you just how it's a little bit more hidden at times through the ways they're doing this. And I'm showing you how they do this. That's how this works. It's all about Gematria. This is, a lot of things are made up. Most of these stories are made up. They're just there to predictively program you into the next events that are coming, and you don't have no idea what's going on. You agree with it. Yeah, okay, that's going on there, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, even down here, you have 5/11 and 7/11 down here of the time. There's a lot of things going on here I'm not going to get into right now, but yeah, 5/11 is 7/11 because 2 plus 5 is 7. You have 2/11. There's so much going on here. I'm not going to get into that right now. So, okay, and then here's another one. What do we know about this dangerous CV? And they call it the B16172 Delta blah. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to, you can read it there, okay? Again, this was reported on June 9th. So we have June 9th and 10th. Again, June is 6. 9 is, and then 9 is 9. That's 69. And on my last video, I talk about 69 being Cancer, and that when that starts from June 20th going into June 21st. And I'm going to show some stuff about June 20th, or the 5th month and the 20th day coming up here also. But really simply, I'm going to show you a couple things on all this. So if you go right here, you slash this out. So basically 7 plus 2, a lot of times you'll start backwards because they do things backwards, upside down, backwards, or both. So you start backwards, 7 plus 2 is 9, and you can just slash that out because anything you add 9 to stays the same. It just sticks. And then we have 1st of June, or 10, take away the 0, of June. And then we have what? We have 21. 10th of June, 21. I mean, it's right here. And they happened to release it on these 2 days, June 9th and 10th. It was a big release, so June 9th and 10th. And again, I've shared many times for 3 years that a lot of times they do this on 2 days because they want to take advantage of 2 days. Plus, there's time zones and everything. A lot of times when something's announced, it goes through 2 days of time zones because we have 24 hours. So a lot of times it hits 2 different days. Or an event happens, one area, it's also a different day in another area of the world. So they like to do the 2-day announcement, or sometimes events happens on one day, they use the Gematria for that, and then they announce on the next day, and they use the Gematria for that. And again, this is all programming people to their ends. That's what it's all about. Predictive programming. That's what Gematria is. It's a psychological and a spiritual thing to move everybody in one direction the way they want them to go, using all kinds of trifle stories and everything that have code with a lot of times have certain themes that they want to promote. Like this is of coming zombies, of coming different things that they're promoting. So now let me show you this. So down here, look at the very bottom. You see the person, Paula Rosa Aquino. Okay, and then look at her name. I mean, look at this in English Gematria. So English Sumerian is called, but it's simple Gematria. A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, everything times 6. So A equals 6, B equals 12, C equals 18, for example. Everything's times 6. So look at this backwards. So you can take away the 0, so you'd have 5 months and 10 days into the year is June 10th, and that's when June 9th and 10th. So that's very common. Again, 2 days. So, but they also announced on the 10th big time, and I showed that already with that CNN one. And there's many others. It was 9th and 10th like crazy. Okay, and then again, there's the numbers are there for that. Okay, so and then look at this other person down here. Look at the other person, Chris Danner, down here on the bottom. Okay, and then look, 522. That is if anybody's been watching me for a while, you know that 522 or 54 is the code for the 4th day. 4th and 5th day are the zombie days. So I thought it could have been May 22nd, okay, but obviously not now, okay. So I'm going with the code of the 5 months into the year and then the 4th day. Okay, and this still may not be right, but all the codes are matching, all the numbers are matching. Just depends on when they finally decide when the actual days are, okay, and we'll see what that is. But it's matching 100%. Okay, and then this so-called Delta is from India. Okay, and it just because they're saying it's really rampant there, and they called a new strain. It's called Delta because it's from. And do they just make it up? I mean, it's just India for no reason. No, it's all planned. So I'm gonna just show you without slashing things out. But again, you can go backwards here. You can go forward or backwards, but backwards a lot of times happens that way. So we have 1, or it could be 1 or 10, but 1, and then we have 9 we can slash out. And you have 1 plus 4 plus 4 is 9, slash that out. And then we're going to keep 9. Again, you can do it however you want. You can do it a few different ways, but again, it's 1, 9, or upside down and backwards, it's what? If I go 1, 9, upside down and backwards, it's 6, 1 or 6, 10. And that's also, like I shared, the first and last set of codes. So you can literally, 1 plus 4 is 9. You can slash that out. And then first and last set of code is 9, 1. Or upside down and backwards is 1, 6. Or if you do it again this way, 1 and then 9, you turn it upside down and backwards, it's 6, 1. Okay, or 1, 6. Depends on how you do it, okay? So that's the 1st or the 10th of June. Again, it's the 10th because you can just take away the 0. So 10th, it ends up being the 10th of June. I mean, are you kidding me? That's, what a shock. What a shock. What a shock. Not a shock. Okay, and then here's another version of that. So because India has a capital I, we can bring in Francis Bacon. So Francis Bacon takes into consideration capitals versus lowercase. Capital, so it's got a capital I versus, because anything that's proper now it's got a capital. Anyway, so it's got a capital I. So capital I is going to be 44 more than normally it's in simple Gematria. It's I is 9, but capital I is considered 44. Okay, so here's another good example, and it just happens to be reverse because you can use one or the other, forward or reverse. A lot of times they show things in reverse, so they use reverse quite a bit as well as the normal, either English ordinal or Francis Bacon or whatever they're using. So again, we have 1, 2 plus 4 is 6. We have 6. So again, 1st of June or 10th of June is just the same. Okay, so that's perfect. That's when they're announcing this stuff, the 9th and 10th, and they're showing 10th all over the place. And they've been showing the 9th as well in a lot of their stuff. But the 10th was the eclipse, so that's a big deal. That's a big deal, coordinating those with the black hole sun. The black hole sun, won't you come? Anyway, I'm not saying won't you come. They're saying it. They're saying all the evil people and demons are saying, black hole sun, won't you come? That was a song by Soundgarden when I was a teenager. It was just crazy. Really trippy video with people's distorted faces. I remember one of my relatives' one of my nephews, one of my cousins, they were really scared. They started freaking out on that video because they saw it or something. I think we were all watching something, and then went on. I think it was on MTV or something, and then one of my cousins just like freaked out because they were doing these weird people. They were distorting people's faces, and their big eyes and big weird smiles and stuff. That was really weird. Anyway, yeah, crazy. There's so much to that. Okay, so and then the fact that I said it was a variant. Again, this is some of the numbers I was seeing being being the first day, but then here you go. It's 5 months into the year and 10 days is June 10th. And then the whole phrase, I'm not gonna say, you can just read it right here. Da 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 da. Okay, right there. 190. Okay. Then what happens? Upside down and backwards, it's all right, we'll just do it this way. If you do 19 upside down and backwards, okay, just take 19 because 0 doesn't really matter really, but 0 is of influence because it shows you that it's 610. But we're just going to show you it's 19. Take 19 upside down and backwards is 61 or June 10th. See that? Isn't that crazy how that works? And it's exactly matches this because 5 months on the count, 5 months into the year and 10 days is June 10th. So these are both the same. Do you see how they are? Okay. Again, if you don't understand that, watch my last video. Hopefully it makes more sense. Okay, but then what's the standard for this? The standard for what I'm doing right here is Stinky B.O.'s birthday. Okay, he was supposedly born on August 4th, 1961. Okay, Mr. Purple himself. Okay, 1961, because 19 is upside down and backwards of 61. 61 is upside down and backwards of 19. So that's kind of a clue. So if you take 19 upside down and backwards is 61, so 1961 in a sense. He has the standard for that. And I noticed that Lord showed me that a long time ago, and it's also 69 backwards, and that's the portal, because 6 and 9 together looks like it's like a portal spinning, especially if you spin it. Okay, let me go back here. Okay, so that's the standard for this. 19 upside down and backwards is 61, or 61 upside down and backwards, or 91 is upside down and backwards from 16, whatever. Doesn't matter. So I'm just showing you that's how they do these things, and hide things is crazy. Okay. So here we go. Next is again, here it is again. And so here it is in English ordinal, and then times 6. It just happens to be this upside down and backwards is this, and then times all this times 6, same exact phrase is 1090. Are you kidding me? Look, 190 and 1090. So then what do? You go 19. So where there's the 19, 1 and 9, you take the upside down and backwards, and you just put a 6, 1 in there, and then that's 1961. Get it? 1961. And that is backwards 10th of June. And you just get rid of this 0. 10th of June, exactly backwards. 10th of June. Boom. Hopefully that makes sense. And then let's look at the word delta. Okay, why they pick delta? Well, there's a lot of reasons for it, symbolically and numerically and everything else. So delta is simply 42. Well, that's the number of the Antichrist, 42. It just is. It's one of his numbers because the Bible says he's going to reign for 42 months. 42 prophetic months, which is 42 30-day periods, is 3.5 years or whatever it is. So, and that's 42. So also backwards, 42 is 24, which is 2 4s. What are 2 4s? 44. He's the 44th Prez. Because remember, they do a lot of things backwards as well. They show things forward sometimes, but it's usually more hidden than things, but they show a lot of things backwards. So 24 or 2 4s, or 2 times 4 is 44. And that's Stinky B.O. He was the 44th Prez. Okay. So here we go again. It's also first and last letter code. D is 4. Last letter is 1, 4, 1, which is what? June being the 4th month to the elites, because March is the 1st month, April, May, June. June is the 4th month to the elites, and then 1, okay? But no 0, so June 10th without the 0, or June the 1st day, which would be the 10th. If this is right, again, we'll see how this plays out. It could just be a bunch of all these days hitting these things symbolically, and we have yet to see the 14 days yet. And it's coming. So, but I'm pretty confident it's going to be in 2021 for sure. I'm looking at some other possibilities as far as the time frames as well, but this hits right now more than a lot of things. So it's crazy. So here we go. So then how we do this, I'm going to just do this because of what's right here. I hope you can see that. It's 2021. I mean, that's right here. I do this first. This is pretty obvious. I'm just used to seeing it. I don't see the code anymore like on the Matrix. I don't see the code anymore. I just see blonde, brunette, redhead. I just see through the code. I look at a word and I just see the code usually most of the time. And I know first, last, let it go, boom, and I can tell what it is. Especially if it's super long word, it's harder. I got to look at it, but especially the short words, I can tell boom what they are right away. And so I knew what this was right away. This is 4 plus 9 is 4 plus 9. 4 plus 5 is 9. You could take that away, but this is important for this. You can leave it or take it away. Have a 9, and then we have a 1 right here, okay? And then we have 2, 2. So this 20 just switches. It's 0, 2. Again, they do this a lot. They just switch one or two things. So in this one, it's going to be 0, 2. So we have 2, 0. Okay, 9. This is so crazy. This is so trippy, okay? 9, 1, 2021, okay? Then upside down and backwards, okay? Upside down and backwards, if you just flip this completely over, is 2021, or backward, it's backwards, upside down and backwards, then you say it backwards, June 10th or June 1st, 2021, exactly upside down and backwards. Because look, we have 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, and then a 9 is upside down 6. If you turn this whole thing upside down and backwards, and then you read it backwards, because they like to read so many things backwards. An adept disciple of Lester Crowley would read things backwards, say things backwards. Who made walking backwards famous? Michael Jackson. He was a follower of Lester Crowley. All these different things backwards to do things opposite of God made you an adept disciple, in the occult world or Luciferianism, so you can conjure up demons and do all kinds of stuff. And that's why certain things are done backwards. And it's harder to see for the layperson or most people, so they can hide things very effectively upside down, backwards, or both. Okay, so then what does that end up being? 6, 1, 2021, boom. Of course, 6, 10, 20. I mean, it just matches perfectly. Now, it could be some other time that hits perfectly, but this is hitting right now like nothing I can see right now. Okay, it could be down the road. It could be another month or something. But 2021 is now super unique because it's 2 U's. 2 U's. A U is the 21st letter of the alphabet, and 2 U's is a double U. And I've shared that in last video and other videos, so watch those. Crazy. Okay, let's get into Delta for a second. I mean, I'm not surprised that Delta would be a symbol, or the capital Delta would be a symbol of a pyramid. I mean, are you kidding me? Or a triangle? I mean, seriously. And then this immediately looks like the lowercase, I guess, of Delta would be, it looks like a snake. I mean, look at that. It looks like a snake, or even looks like kind of like a sperm a little bit, which is not a coincidence because it has to do with this anyway. But look at that. That's not a coincidence, right? No way. And then Delta means fourth. So it's the fourth letter of the Greek alphabet. In a sense, that means fourth. It also means a difference, or it also means change. A difference or a change. Okay, that's what it means as well. And then look, the shape of the Nile River valley resembles a lotus flower, the ancient Egyptian symbol for the regeneration of life. The long, narrow river valley is the stem, and the delta that spreads out in the shape of a triangle is the flower, and the Fayum region is a bud. So my point is that it's called a delta because of the shape. Because of triangular shape, and then it has to do with reproduction, has to do with the flower. I mean, we know an iPad goat, it's really a lily, it's a water lily, but it also can represent a lotus as well, because they look very similar. But ultimately, and again, these are multi-layered, they're multifaceted, there's multiple symbolisms and so many things in iPad goat and things that are being done. So in Delta, we're talking about change, we're talking about the fourth, we're talking about again, this is reproduction or regeneration of life. It's all about the Antichrist coming back, dying and then coming back to life and all this stuff. It's about, and ultimately, here we go. It's about change. Well, here we go. So, and then how about this? The word delta gets its name from the fact that the Greek letter delta looks like the triangle area on the mouth of the Nile, and that's exactly why they named it a delta. That's why they named the end of a river going into a bigger body that has all the silt and stuff, and it's kind of a triangular shape, a delta, because it looks like delta. It looks like this. And that's exactly why. And the Nile is the exact reason why they did. And then so this all ties together. I hope you can see that. And then who made change really important in their campaign? The Antichrist, Stinky B.O., change we can believe in, change, or delta. I mean, are you kidding me? How many more things do I need to come up with? Right now, I have over 500 and I think 57 solid evidence. It just keeps going up. If you watch my videos, you see it going up. 557. I was on 555, and then I went right past it to 56, and then I'm on 57. 557 solid evidences that the CQBO is the Antichrist, and no one, I mean no one, comes close. Solid evidences. There's so many things. I mean, I'm sorry, but he's the guy. If you don't know that, you haven't done your research. You just have not. He hits everything. He is a woman and a man. He's a Baphomet. He has a body of a female, and he looks like a man and talks like a man and walks like a man. Walk like a man. I can't even do that. Well, you know, Frankie Valli sing "Walk Like a Man," but then sung it like a woman. Maybe that's Antichrist. Maybe that's referred to him too. I mean, seriously, you have this high pitched voice, and you should say "do do do walk like a man." I mean, there's a background singer that kind of says that, but it's just so crazy. I mean, this is in everything. There's the yin and yang. They're in, like, there's just so many things in movies. There's the black person, the white person, the buddies are. I mean, there's just so many things with this, especially these days, and all these movies. There's so many things I could say. And, you know, male and female combined, and that's why they want people to change genders and everything, because they want to be a male and female combined, just like the Baphomet Stinky BO. I mean, it's just so sick. And everything's confused, and then demons can come in easier when you're confused. You don't know what you are and everything, or you think you're something you're not and everything. It's just crazy. Okay. So, check. I said on the first day of the 10th, there'd be some kind of announcement of a variant, okay? And that's what it's called. I'm not going to even say it. You can see it right there. Boom. Right there. Okay, and then so we had something about this? Yes, I showed you. It was about the low, and it's a water supply, and I said that would be something about a water supply and about around Las Vegas and everything, because the numbers all show that. And Hoover Dam, it was, you know, the water level was really low, dangerously low, and all that stuff. And then that's just secret gematria. In fact, if you read the whole article, just look it up. Water low and Hoover Dam, whatever. Just put that in Google or something. You'll see the article, and you can see all kinds of numbers in these things, and they all point to these numbers of this time and everything. It's because it's all contrived. It's not real. It's to program people, and that's just what it is. So what's next? Now we'll see if this happens or not. Attack on Las Vegas, zombies. People are going to start changing because, and I'm going to show you here in a second. Technology is increasing, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C, D, F, G. Hope you get that number and then the letter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C, D, F, G. Technology is all over now, and then when you combine it with the jab, or the hokey pokey, I call it the hokey pokey, and then a few other things. I'm going to talk about this, some of the other things in a second here. So there it is. Now I'm going to also put a link in the description box, somewhere in the description box among the videos, or maybe below the videos, or maybe above the videos. I don't know. A link so you can check out wherever you're at, whatever country you're at, or it shows pretty much the whole world, I think, and how the coverage is on this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C, D, F, G, okay, and how it is, and where you're at or whatever. And you can zoom in on everything. If I looked at my area, and there's like one, but it's kind of a little ways away, which is good. I'm kind of in a more rural area, thankfully. And then anyway, so you'll see what's out there, and then they're going to combine that. See, the Lord told me this months ago that they're going to combine that with this blue light. And literally, I was in a store, and I was looking at getting some more incandescent light bulbs, because believe it or not, over 10 years ago, the Lord showed me a bunch of things about their plans, but I didn't know what this is going to be. But I knew when they were moving over from incandescent light bulbs to even fluorescence and even LEDs, that this was some kind of thing that they're going to use to control people or something. Because I looked into LEDs. The Lord told me that. He just said, this is not good. And so I looked into what compact fluorescence did, and some of the dangers in that, and the fake light that they produce, and then also even more LEDs and the flicker rates and everything to LEDs, and how they disrupt your sleep. They mess up they stop your body from producing melatonin, or really very low. So it does all kinds of stuff. And what it does is it switches your body. It's like in the flicker rate, it puts switches in your body. It's hard to explain. I'm not. I would look it up, but I literally have found different articles over 10 years ago about some of that stuff, and then I found some recently, one from Harvard, and I'm going to actually, I think I have it on here. Did I have it on here? I don't know. Maybe I didn't put it on here. But look at blue light, which is also, think about this, it's LED, backwards is DEL, which is 4521. Oh my God. 4521 is one of the zombie days I said. The fourth day, or 522 is 54. So backwards is the fourth day of the fifth month going into the year. So completing May, and then on the fourth day, possibly in June, and then 21 is LED backwards. I mean, are you kidding me? And then look, blue light. I just showed a few of these different ones, so you can see how different it is. But literally, look. Remember, it announced that thing on, or the V, or the hokey pokey. Oh no, it was the V. So how I want to say this, the epidemic that's supposedly going on, that's called a Delta, and announced this on 6/9 and 6/10. Well, this 6/9. And then also, they also point a lot of times to the tsunami days too at the same time. So 69 backwards, 69, 96 backwards is 69. So that's the portal, that's the spinning. And it's also Cancer. That's the symbol for Cancer, which is 69. For a number of reasons, which is also 15, which is 5 plus 5 plus 5. And I've said that this the zombie thing is 555 and 545 because it's the fourth day and the fifth day, the fifth month and the fifth year. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Okay. I cover this a lot in different videos. And then we got the 42 as well. Remember, the Delta was 42, and we have 2 4s and 42, all that stuff. Okay, that's all there. And there was more going on now, but I'm going to show you how it exactly matches Delta, because Delta has something to do with it. Because it's what they're saying is the thing that's going to cause some of this stuff. It's crazy. And then again, upside down and backwards, 591 is 165, because 5 upside down backwards is a 5, 2 upside down backwards is a 2 still, and then 9 upside down backwards is a 6. So backwards, just imagine this is upside down backwards. It's 165 or 10 or first day of June 2021. I mean, that's crazy. And again, like I showed you before, just take 19 upside down backwards is 61, and then that 610 is June 10th. Hopefully that makes sense. And then remember I said the last day was 623 in my timeline? Remember 623 in the last video? So we have one, this is a common thing when they have the 1 in the beginning, it's 1 times 623 is 623. But also, it's 1, so think about this. So it's the last destruction day. 1 times 623 is 623, or June 23rd, the last day. It's also, they do this a lot of times, there's multiple meanings of these numbers. It's also the 1st of June 2021. If you take 2021, the first 2 and 20 is 2, and then 21 is 2 plus 1 is 3, so 23 equals 2021. And that's also Stinky B.O.'s number. 23 is one of his numbers, or 2 3s, being 33, like 33 degree Mason and all that. But 23, he wore a 23 jersey when he was playing basketball in high school, so supposedly, right? Who knows what actually happened? Okay, then again, this one right here, you can just remove a 9, and upside down and backwards is 6-1, or 6 June, and then the first day, which is the 10th, or take away the 0. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so blue light. Okay, blue light is also first and last letter code what? Blue light. Okay, so look at the first letter code is BL, which is in the red, and the last letter code is ET. So I'm gonna do the last letter code first, because that's how they're doing this. So 520. Okay, like I've said, the tsunamis are on the 20th day, 20 and going into the 21st day. So 5 months into the year and 20 days into June would be 520. It's depending on how you look at it. So they always reference the tsunami days as well as the attack days. So then you also have, if you go backwards, take away the 0, which a lot of times you can read it backwards or forwards, it's 2 5s. 2 5s is 5-5. And then we have right here, BL, which is 2021. Okay, again, you can read it this way. 20 and then 2 1. 20, 21. So it's either 520 being the tsunami days 2021, or it's 2 5s being 5-5 2021. Do you understand 2021? And there's no 0 there, but it's just crazy. Okay, and he sees zombies are here. I see dead people, but he's saying zombies are here. I can't say a little boy's voice, but it's okay. So zombies are here. And listen, I'm trying to make this light because it's horrible. Okay, I've cried and cried about all this stuff for years. And as I've realized more in the last few months that all this coding for zombies, even coding for an alien invasion. And I haven't gotten into that, but the zombie number is the same as alien invasion. So I don't know what that all means, and I'm not gonna jump into that. I got so many irons in the fire right now. It's crazy. Let's just hopefully some of these start panning out as far as, well, I mean, I'm not hoping these happen, but I'm hoping that, you know, the good stuff happens. You know, there's a lot of good stuff that I'm hoping for, that my brothers and sisters are hoping for, but I'm just torn. I'm like torn right in the middle, with wanting the Lord to come and grab us, but then also not wanting people to die and this horrible stuff. And zombies are just so, what, really? What? But I have to warn. The Lord's made me a watchman, and all this stuff. I have to warn people, and a lot of people don't understand that, but it's okay. A lot of you do, that are my subscribers, and they're here because these people that have gotten the hokey pokey. It's hokey, and they get pokeyed. Okay, it's a hokey pokey. They're going to be converted into something really bizarre and bad. A lot of people are going to go crazy, go nuts. They're going to go mad. Dam backwards, like Hoover Dam. Dam backwards is mad. Yeah, they're gonna go mad, and that's in every, like. Is it a coincidence that when The Walking Dead was on AMC, the channel or station AMC, for 6 years at the same time was a show called Mad Men? If you think about, zombies are mad men. Because a woman is a man, because a woman has man in it. So it doesn't make sense anyway. A lot of certain women don't like that, but whatever. Okay, it's just what it is. I think women and men are completely equal, but woman has man in it. So, but if it says mad men, that means men and women are going to be mad. Mad Men at the same time was running The Walking Dead for like 6 years straight. They're both going at the same time in the same. I mean, think about that. Walking Dead, Mad Men. I mean, it's just crazy. And the numbers are all there for Mad Men and all these other mad things. Anything you look up with mad in it, like movies, TV shows, all the numbers are there for the zombie stuff I've been talking about. It's just crazy. It's all predictive programming for people going mad, like mad cow and all this stuff. I mean, cows would get mad cow, and then they would like bang their head against a tree until they die. And I mean, it's just crazy stuff. They're losing their mind, right? Because these crystals are put in their brains from this stuff, and then boom, and then they flip the switch, and then boom, and then maybe they have to have a switch from blue light and everything, because you know how many of you have blue light LEDs in your house? I don't. Thankfully, the Lord showed me this. I mean, I'm so thankful that He showed me so many things like that, even years ago. But I'm telling you, it's not the way to get into your house for them to say, hey, you're going to save a lot of money. And you probably save a lot of money, but was it worth it? I don't think so. For what it's good, things you don't know it's doing to you. Plus, if you got the hokey pokey and you have the blue light and you're near a tower, oops. Oh, goodness gracious. So anyway, I try to make this a little bit light because it's so freaking horrible and so freaking evil. I want to scream! But I'm not going to, so I'm going to try to make it somewhat light for you, because I'm not here to generate fear. I'm here to point you to Jesus, who's your only chance. He is your absolutely only chance, especially if you've gotten the hokey pokey. I don't think it's the mark. And I could actually put together a video, 10 reasons, biblical reasons, why the jab is not the mark yet. It's all culminating to that. It's part of the system that's going to be the mark. But I have 10 biblical reasons that are solid. I'll just give you one right now. The people who get the mark, they won't be able to die. And people that are getting this are dying like crazy. Hundreds of thousands are actual real numbers. People that get the mark, they won't be able to die. In fact, when they're being stung and stuff by these locusts and such, they won't be able to die. And they'll want to die, the Bible says they won't be able to. And it's also going to so-called make them live forever in a funky state, in a really bad state. They're going to live forever, in a sense, in a really bad state. Okay, so how is that? How can you juxtapose those two concepts? They're going to just destroy each other. One, you live forever in a funky state, and one, you're dying like crazy, and you have all these bad things happen to you and all this stuff. It doesn't make sense. But I have 9 more of those that are all biblical. So, and I'm not getting into it. I'm not here to get into an argument. That's why I haven't posted that. But and another reason why I think the enemy wants people to think that, and again, I don't want to hear comments on it. I will delete them. I just don't want it. My channel's not here for people to debate and get angry at each other and cause division and everything like that. That's why I share this stuff the way I do. I could get into all kinds of biblical stuff. I've been studying I've been doing biblical research, and all kinds of biblical studying, for 30 years, almost plus now. And I could go toe to toe with almost anybody, but I don't get into that because it's not about what I know. It's about what I show. It's not about what I do. It's how I be and how I lift other people up. And the Lord doesn't want me to do certain things. I wanted to teach more in some ways about truth and everything, and about Him and about the Word and everything like that. But He's saying this is what He wants me to do. It'll bring more people together, and it's revealing what they're doing and all kinds of stuff. So that's why I do what I do. I'm going by Him, and that's what I have to do. So anyway, I want to thank you. I know again, I gotta demonstrate absurdity by being absurd. I want to thank all of you for watching. Hopefully you get a kick out of that. Hopefully it's, you don't consider it funky, but that's just my sense of humor, and I'm trying to make this somewhat light. So I thank you. I give you a big thumbs up for watching, for sharing my videos with everybody and anybody. I thank you for your support. Everybody who's ever supported me in any way, I thank you. And, I have a link in the description box right now for PayPal and even P.O. Box and such. And even for Zelle Pay, you can go to zellepay.com and sign up. It's super easy. It's what PayPal should be. It's completely free. It's awesome. Anyway, if you're able to support me, and right now I'm just going to I've asked the Lord. I have a issue with my van. I had something else that literally just fixed itself. I can't explain it. I had these certain lights. Someone looked at it, said this is going on, and then it's gone. It happens. It happens physically that way to me and family and all that stuff. And we would just pray against things and they go away. But literally, I had something with my van and whatever, and it was going to be a pretty good size. But now it's something I think. I mean, you could pray as well, and if it goes away, fine. But it's gonna. I mean, the estimate was like $1,000, and we're usually with donation and stuff, we're kind of close. Sometimes we get a little bit ahead, but then there's a lag, and then eventually have to catch up again or whatever. And so I try to, I just ask the Lord when I should ask and all that stuff. So if you're able to give, we could really use it to fix our van. It's got like this rack and pinion thing and some other stuff that needs to be completely replaced and all that. So anyway, I just put it out there. If you're able to help, I really appreciate it in some way you can. I just let you know the need when I need it. Otherwise, I usually don't say too much. And so it's all just try to move with the Lord. So thank you so much. And it means so much to me. Everything that everybody's ever done, and even that you watch these videos, it just blows my mind. And I'm just so happy that a lot of you are so supportive, and you've been praying for me and my family for so long, and been giving and things like that. So it just means so much. So my heart goes out to you so much, and just so much thanks, And then all the comments and everything. It's just awesome. Also I wanted to thank Stephen for giving me that link to the map of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABCDFG. Thank you so much for that. That's in the description box below. So wow, I almost forgot that. Sometimes I forget thanking people on some things, and it's hard because there's so many different things and stuff. So I just definitely wanted to get that out there. So thank you so much. And everybody who's contributed on comments or whatever on Telegram, whatever. Thank you. Just thank you. It means so much. So with that being said, this is Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.